So what is a trading plan? A trading plan is basically written instructions of what you need to do every single day. If you're watching this video right now, you already know that you need to have a trading plan. So in this video, I will show you the different elements of a trading plan. Plus, I will give you a template that you can use to fill it out, and you'll see it'll only take you 20 or 30 minutes to fill it out. So let's actually jump on the screen here right away so that you see the trading plan template that I want to give you. So there's actually two parts to the trading plan. Number one is the foundation, and this is the foundation that you put in there before you actually start trading. You'll see it's just a few questions that you can have. And by the way, if you would like to have a copy of this trading plan, stay towards the end, and at the end I will give you a link where you can have this trading plan template. So first of all, of course, you fill in your name. So I would say this is the trading plan for Markus, and you want to write in there when it is last updated. And last updated, you will see this trading plan is a living document. So number one, you should define your goals. How much money do you want to make with trading per year? You already know my goals. I want to make $180,000 per year with trading, and that is $15,000 per month. Now for you, your goals might be different, so just type them in there. It will be super easy. Okay, now the next thing that I recommend to have for your trading plan is a credo. And so this is where I wrote one for you here that I give you in the template. It's something that you should actually recite every morning before you start trading to be mentally prepared for the game of games here. And you see, well, what I like to use here is I alone am responsible for my trading decisions, and I'm 100% responsible for my results. I will follow my plan, hence I have this mug here, right? And I will trade what I see, not what I think. If I do not have the capital I can afford to lose, I will not trade. So whatever it is for you, it makes sense to have 2 or 3 sentences that you say yourself in the morning. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about your preferences. Now, there are several preferences that you should write down in your trading plan, and in a moment you will see why that is. The first is your risk level. How much of your account are you willing to lose? When you pull the plug, when trading, there is risk involved. So you should say, how much are you willing to risk? 20% of your account, 30% of your account, 50% of your account. When do you stop trading and go back to the drawing board and say, this did not work? Now, you know that I highly recommend that you do not risk more than 2% of your account on any given trade. But what happens if you have 5 losing trades in a row, 6 losing trades in a row, 10 losing trades in a row, right? So this is where you want to make sure that you have when to pull the plug here. Now, the next is your time horizon. How long are you planning to be in trades? Do you like to day trade where you're out of the trades at the end of the day, or swing trade? Now, I personally like to be in trades between 5 and 20 days. I don't like to be in trades for the next few months or years, and you will see in a moment of why that is important. Now, think about the other extreme, Warren Buffett. How long does he like to be in the trades? Now, Warren Buffett likes to be in his trades for years, maybe even decades, right? So it is important that you know this, and again, in a few moments, you will see why that is important. Okay. Your availability. What are your possible trading hours? You see, if you say, I want a day trade, but you're only available at night, this won't work. So are you available throughout the day to trade? Are you only available before the markets open or after the markets open? And this is important too. How active do you want to be? I mean, just write this down. Just spend a few minutes and ask yourself, okay, do you want to sit in front of the computer all day long? Do you only want to trade for 1 hour per day, or do you only want to spend 1 hour per weekend? How much time do you actually have? We all have busy lives, right? And you have to make this a priority if you want to actually make money with trading. Based on all of this, your preferences here, this is when you select a trading strategy. You see, you might say, you know what, I want to day trade, but if you only have time on the weekends to look at the markets, then it obviously does not make sense. For me personally, the trading strategies that I like to trade are the Power X strategy and the Wheel strategy. If you would like to learn more about the strategies, I have these books. You can have them for just $4.95, or I also have a few videos for you free of charge, and they are in the description here. So you write down what strategies you want to trade. Also, what markets will you trade? Do you want to trade crypto, forex, stocks, or options? You see, when trading, you have so many possibilities. The idea here of this trading plan is to limit down your choices. This way you're not overwhelmed, because when it comes to trading, you might actually easily be overwhelmed. So the idea here is to stop the overwhelm and give you more clarity. So after you have decided what you want to trade, now you need to decide how much capital you have available for trading. I talked about this in other videos. I will link to those in the description here. There's a formula actually of how much money you should have in your account. See, the amount that you want to make per year divided by the expected return of the strategy. So for example, if you want to make $100,000 per year and you're expecting to make 30% per year, you need $335,000 in buying power. Now, if you have a cash account, then this is the equivalent to your cash in your account. If you are working with a margin account, this means that 50% of that needs to be cash. I'm just using a rough number here, so this would be 170,000. So back to my example here, if I want to make $180,000 per year, so we take the $180,000 and divide this by 0.3, this is what I'm expecting. This means that I should have around $600,000 in my account. Divided by 0.3, so this means $600,000. Now I like to use a margin account and I like to put $250,000 in there in cash, right? And this is just because I know that I'm usually making more than 30% per year. But I hope that this makes sense. This way you have at least a goal what to shoot for. Okay, now we need to talk about the position size. Okay, now that you know how much buying power you have in your account is, how many positions will you have open at any given time? So for me personally, this is between 5 and 6. If you have a smaller account, I recommend that you trade fewer positions, maybe 3 to 4. If you have a larger account, you can diversify more. This is a personal preference. This is where it's up to you. How much do you want to be diversified? Several of our mastermind students like to trade around 6 to 8 or maybe 8 to 10 positions at any given time, and that is fine. How big is each position? Are you dividing them equally, or do you have some other algorithm? For me personally, I like to divide them equally, so this is where I like to allocate $100,000 per position. And again, for you, it might be different. Will you reserve any money for rescue missions? If so, how much? I mean, you want to write this down, and this all before you start trading. That's what I think is important. Now, last thing that we have here in the preparation, in the foundation, is a skill assessment. Ask yourself, do you have all the skills that you need? For example, do you know your trading strategy, whatever it might be, inside out? Do you all know all the nuances? Do you know the tools that you're using inside out? Do you know how to trade stocks, options, or crypto? How to place orders, right? How to place entry orders, how to place stop losses, how to place profit targets, right? Do you know the difference between OCO orders, day orders, GTC orders? Or right now, do you say, what the heck is this? In this case, I have a few more videos for you. If you are using margin, you know about margin and how to use it responsibly, right? I mean, educate yourself. I have videos for you that. Risk management. Do you know about risk management? Do you know how to apply it? And the same with money management. If not, if you're not checking all of these boxes, you know what to do over the next few days, and that is okay. Just watch a few more videos or educate yourself so that you can tick all the boxes. Now, finally, choose a tool to help you in your trading. Because, I believe that every trader needs to have 3 pillars. And the 3 pillars of successful traders are, number 1, you need to have a trading strategy. And you already know this. This is what you already decided here. Number 2, you need to have professional tools. And number 3, you need to have the right mindset. And as you can see, this trading plan is encapsulating all 3. So are you using the PowerX Optimizer? Are you using TradingView? Any other tools? And then go back to, okay, you know the tools that you're using inside out, whatever tool you might be using. So just write this down. Now, this is the preparation stuff. And now we can actually go to your trading routine. And your trading routine consists of 3 things that you need to do pretty much every single day, which is number 1, find the right stock, option, or cryptocurrency to trade, or forex pair, whatever you're trading. Number 2, know when to enter. And number 3, know when to exit. And when it comes to exiting, we're talking about a stop loss, profit target, and possibly a time exit. So let's take a look at this. So do you have rules how to find the right stock for the option? So for the PowerX strategy, as you know, we are looking at the P&L chart. So this is what we are looking at right here below the charts. Right? We want to see a nice P&L chart. Also, what we are looking at, gappiness, trendability, the $5 rule. And again, if you would like to learn more about this, I'll link to some videos at the end of the video that show you exactly how this Power X strategy works. Now, if you are trading the wheel, right? I mean, the first thing with the wheel is that you have to find the right stocks. So what wheel stocks are you considering? Value stocks. And so how do you define value stocks? And if you would like to know how I define value stocks versus growth stocks, there's another video here in the description. I'll leave this there. So this way you see how I do this. Now, for me personally, I don't like to trade Chinese stocks. I don't like to trade leveraged ETFs, and I don't like to trade meme stocks when I am trading the wheel. So these are hard rules for me that makes it easy when I'm then going onto my tool and when I'm going to the wheel that I can quickly say, okay, which stocks am I considering as a yes, which stocks I'm considering as a maybe, or which stocks I'm considering as a no. And you see there's a bunch of stocks that I've already flagged as a no, because either they are growth stocks, which I do not like to trade. Sometimes I even flag them as never. These are the ETFs that I don't like to trade, the leveraged ETFs, and you get the idea. See, when you have a plan, trading becomes easier. It's not easy, but I mean, you're taking the overwhelm out of this. Now, when it comes to the options of the wheel, all right, I mean, the question is here, what strike prices do you consider? So let me just show you a little bit more here. So for me, it needs to be below or at the lowest low indicator. For example, you take a look here at AMC. I mean, it's not a stock that I would trade, but you see this where we are looking at the lowest strike here, and we want to make sure that the lowest strike is at, or in this case, it is slightly above the lowest close indicator. The same for CAR. See, this is where it is below at Penn. Not that I would trade these stocks, but you get the idea. This is where it is above the lowest close indicator. So I would not consider this. Anyhow, just have your rules. What expiration dates are you trading? So for me, for example, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm looking for this week's expiration. And on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday, I'm looking for this week's and next week's expiration. I just see a comment that somebody doesn't agree with me about Chinese stocks, and that's okay. You see, this here is your trading plan. Use this as a template, and I mean, I'm not saying never ever trade Chinese stocks. You do whatever is right for you. The important thing is, I feel that you need to define it for yourself so that you're not flip-flopping like a fish every day and say, okay, today I'm trading Chinese stocks, tomorrow I'm not. Next week I'm trading Chinese stocks, after this not. You get the idea here. Okay, so let's move on. Then you define your entries. When exactly do you enter a stock or an option? Now, these rules are defined according to the strategies here, but you want to write them down, right? And again, if you need help with these strategies, just consider checking out these books. I'm writing down the exact rules in these books, and there's also a few videos here. You get the idea. Okay, same with the exits. Define your exits, a stop loss, a profit target, as well as a time exit here. And a time exit for me is a black bar. So on a black bar, I'm exiting. And again, in videos, I have more information about this. I just want to show you what should be included in your trading plan. Now, money management is another important factor. When do you increase or decrease your position size? So let's say you're starting with a $100,000 account, and after a while you have traded it up to $120,000. How are you changing your positions? Are you using fixed ratio money management? Are you using just a fixed fractional money management? There are different money management types, and if you're not familiar with this, I'll link to some videos in the description here. This is basically what you should have in a trading plan. As you can see, it's super easy. And as promised, in a moment, I'll give you the link where you can download this template to use it as an outline if you choose to. So there's a few tips. This is where it goes back to the comment that I just saw. Borrow, don't copy. Don't use my trading plan. My trading plan is my trading plan. Your trading plan is your trading plan, right? It does make sense to borrow a trading plan from a successful trader. This is why I'm sharing my trading plan with you here on YouTube so that you know what I'm doing, but don't copy it. Also, be very specific. Just don't say, yeah, I'll enter when my entry signal is in. What is your entry signal, right? Also, keep in mind your plan is work in progress. This is why I said you should have there when it was last updated. Also recommend that you review your plan monthly, quarterly, yearly, what works, what doesn't work, and adjust your plan. This is a living document here. Finally, 3 frequently asked questions. Can I change my trading plan at any time? Yes, you can. However, you should not change it daily or weekly. Make sure that you test the change that you want to make. And this is where it goes back to number 2. How can I make sure that this works? Well, paper trade your trading plan. Trade it on a simulator for at least 40 trades. This is what I recommend. This way you know whether this trading plan is a solid trading plan that works or not. Finally, what is the difference between a trading strategy and a trading plan? A trading strategy answers the following 3 questions. Number 1, what stock or option should I trade? Number 2, when do you enter? Number 3, when do you exit? As you can see, a trading plan is more comprehensive, especially the stuff in the beginning is super important and most traders don't have that. Since you'll listen to me until then, you probably would like to know, how do I get this template? And I created a link for you, rockwelltrading.com/plan2022. If you go there, it will ask you, do you want to make a copy? Because I'm asking you to make a copy of this plan. And this way you have it for your own records and you can make the changes any way you want. It is a Google Doc, so you can just change it, or you can export it as Word. If you prefer Word, you get the idea. If you find this helpful, click on like, and I'll link to a few more videos right here that show you some more of the stuff that we talked about here in this video. Hope this helps.